It's Vincent here, and today we're going to be unboxing our newest card game coming to Kickstarter, which is Rock, Paper, Scissors, Wizards. As a fun little Easter egg, we do have Ica doing our little fist up here for the rock. We have the Trixie doing paper, and then we have Mary with scissors. So rock, paper, scissors. Yeah, it's been a little while since I did a video like this, so I apologize if I move my hands in some weird way or whatever it may be, or shake the table too much, or whatever. But I did realize, like, hey, we need to have a proper unboxing video as best as I can do for you guys. So this version, I will say, does not include the rulebook, because the rulebook takes a lot of time to develop. So by this version, I mean the prototype version. The final game will have a rulebook nicely tucked in here. This prototype version has some extra cards that may be stretch goals that were not play tested with the game prior to this point, so we're having to see essentially how fun they are to play and how they change the core experience. But I'll be showing you the core game cards and then some possible extra ones that you may see in the future. So first up is our showdown cards. This is a two-player game, 1v1. You have your rock, paper, and scissors cards that are here. Each player gets a hand of these, and the card backs are different than the typical card backs of the deck, which currently look like this for the prototype, but this will be changed. It is okay for your opponent to know which ones are your showdown cards, so you don't have to sleeve these or anything. These will definitely stand out. Essentially, you'll play one face down, your opponent will play one face down, and then you have your showdown and see if your rock beats their scissors or if their paper beats your rock or whatever may go down. Now, what makes this game far more interesting than a simple battle of rock, paper, scissors is we have spell cards, which we have a full deck of over here. As you can see, it's a lot of cards there. It will be slightly trimmed down from this for the final game, more than likely, because we'll have to make room for the rulebook. And as it currently is, I tested out a lot of extra cards just to see where things were at. But we have cards like Transmute, which features our girl Mary. We have Twister, which features Mary. And for the premise of the game, by the way, essentially we have it where Trixie was tired of Cayugan being the face of the Vindicated spell slingers and wizards, and so she steals the staves and is having fun with her friends with a bunch of like magical hijinks, and Cayugan gets pissed off. He breaks free from his chains and he helps out the player who is losing in the duel, but we'll get more to that later. We have Copycat, which has our girls here with cat ears. Good fun there. We have Trixie with her counter card meme, which negates the spell being played. We also have Dispel, which kind of makes me think of like Luigi's Mansion, which is a lot of fun. And what else we got here? We got Chainbind, which allows you to win ties that round. So if both players play rock, then you're pretty good with the good old Chainbind. And yeah, we have a ton of extra cards as well. And then, like I said, we have some cards that we'll be looking at some extra cards. These are using different artists, just potential placeholder, but potentially could be in the final game as well, because the placeholder art is art that we own and is super good on its own as well. This one, called Chaos Gambit, is a really silly card that just makes all your spells completely random, or makes this spell random rather, for its effect. And then what makes it even crazier is Phantom Anarchy, which makes all your cards Chaos Gambit. So we'll see if we include those. It definitely adds a lot more unpredictability and silly goose times, which is, if you're looking for more strategy, then those cards are not for you. But in addition to the spells, we have our Grimoire cards, which each player can get one, and it's double-sided. The Grimoire side has a complete spell list of what spells are in the deck, and then the back side features the base rules as like a quick reference. It's not meant to be the full rule book, but just a quick reference for the players. Again, there's one for each player for that. And then what makes the game even a little bit more interesting is there are these staff cards. And essentially, these stabs are the ones that were Cayugan's and were taken by Trixie. And so here you have the Luminance Vermilion. And essentially, whenever you went around, you're able to take a staff and then activate its effect. So, for example, this one allows you to retrieve a spell from the discard pile and put it into your hand. So there's a lot of different stabs with different abilities, and you and your opponents will have to choose wisely which stabs that you want to take. Do you want to take the Hex Penance, or do you want to take the Sixth End? Now, these all have little flavor text at the bottom as well. So for example, the Hex Penance says it specializes in punishing evil and breaking curses. It was acquired after Cayugan defeated Hexa. So these all start adding a bit to our Vindiverse, our good old characters, our timeline, and our story, so you can start piecing together who these characters are and the story that's happening. We have this silly little card back at the moment. I don't think this will be in the final design here, but I was just using what assets I had to kind of put this together. As far as the stabs themselves, I would probably prefer they be updated after the game's finalized. I was the one that threw this all together. My usual graphic designer was unable to jump aboard this project because of some other projects he's working on, so I had to throw something together for the prototype. I think people like this, but it's also, you know, we'll see. It's a little harder for me to, like, I don't know. I love seeing other people's work. I'm happy that I have some skills to be able to put things together like this, but you know, we'll see where the Kickstarter goes. We're aiming for this to be our largest card game Kickstarter. Prior to this, we've hit a little over 5K on some previous card games, but this one, aiming for it to be a little bit higher. So be sure to check our description to jump into the project. It just went, I won't say live, but like the preview page went live, so people can follow along and then be notified when this project kicks off. We also currently have these little lightning bolt tokens, which are essentially like charges that are placed on top of these staff cards. So whenever you use the effect, you remove a charge and it counts as like the point for you. But essentially, let me dump these out real quick. So like I said, this is the front cover. Obviously it needs a logo still. I'm looking at possible logo designs I want for it. And then currently the back has the same sticker on it, but we may, you know, add a little something different for that. But a lot of people have been enjoying the art of this, so I'm very happy with that. The artist for this game is Catie, who has worked on Common America, which is a very popular indie comic that's been making waves, especially in Japan, which is really awesome to see. So I'll leave a link for that as well below. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what questions you have about Rock, Paper, Scissors, Wizards. Are you excited to see Trixie and Mary? And all this wonderful card art. Also, what's going to be cool is, since this is all packed into like a little tin, it's going to be a more affordable game, because I know that Truckhoon and Heartseeker were bigger box games, so they had to be a little bit more expensive. But for those that enjoy Guillotine, Spellslingers, more of the smaller, more portable games, we're happy to sort of be returning to that for this game, so you can get a very affordable game that's a lot of fun to play with all your friends and family. So take care and stay awesome.
Hey, what is up? If you are a fan of anime and tabletop games, then be sure to check out our card games, tabletop role-playing games, and even our manga. We have a lot of fun stuff over there for you to check out on our website, VindicateEntertainment.com. We even have a brand new tabletop role-playing game, Black Paper Moon. Check it out and we'll see you there.